Readers, today I want to teach you that one of the biggest, most significant jobs that readers of dystopian books do is that we read and reread, asking, does this reveal anything about the world we live in or how people tend to act? Specifically, readers might identify parts that feel similar to their own lives and then consider why those similarities matter. Let's reread some bits from Ponies to see how this work goes. We'll want to find parts to reread that feel especially important. Then we'll study those parts with the lens of what might this say about the world? And let me suggest more specifically that we focus first on the things that feel familiar, things that are close to your life, to your school, to your friendships. So, first, I needed to find a place that it might pay off to reread. And I think this part would be interesting to think about when they first get to the party. So, let me reread. Top Girl meets Barbara at the fence. That's your pony? She says without greeting. She's not as nice as mine. Barbara is defensive. She's beautiful. She knows this is a misstep and adds, yours is so pretty. And Top Girl's pony Star Blossom is pretty. Her tail is every shade of purple and glitters with stars. But Sunny's tail is creamy white and shines with honey-colored light. And Barbara knows that Sunny is the most beautiful pony ever. What do you think? Does this have something in common with our world? What might this be similar to something you know or have experienced? Let me give you a tip. There's a lot here to think about that reminds us of the real world. See if you can push yourself to think about what the author is saying about that similarity. For example, you may be thinking that this party feels like parties that you've really been to. I completely agree. I've been to parties like that too. But I could push myself to say, so what? If the author is really trying to remind us of the real world, so what? What is she trying to tell us about our world today? This is a lot like the work you have done before to study themes. You push yourself to move from a really specific thing that a character learned to the bigger, universal idea that we could all learn. Let's read on a little further and try this work out. Does anything here feel like it relates to the world? And so what if it does? All right. Top Girl walks away, saying over her shoulder, there's Rock Band in the living room and a bunch of the other girls are hanging out on the deck. And Mom bought some cookies and there's Coke Zero and Diet Red Bull and Diet Lemonade. Where are you? Barbara asks. I'm outside, Top Girl says, so Barbara gets a Crystal Light and 3 frosted raisin oatmeal cookies and follows her. The other girls outside are listening to an iPod plugged into speakers and playing Wii tennis and watching the ponies play hide and seek and who's prettiest and this is the best game. They are all there. Second girl and suck up girl and everyone likes her girl and the rest. Barbara only says anything when she thinks she'll get it right. It seems as though it's going okay. Wow, there's a lot here. Are you bursting with ideas yet? One thing I'm noticing is that moment when Barbara says, where are you? That line reminds me of being at awkward parties when I was younger, when I felt like I didn't fit in. I tried to hang out with the one person who could make me feel like I belonged, even if that person wasn't very nice about it. But so what? Well, I guess it's not just about parties. It's about fitting in other ways too. It's the way that people sometimes act in all parts of their lives, trying to fit in with what's popular. What do you think? Does that fit with the text? I want you to pause the video and think about this and take some notes. But think about the question, what else is reminding you of the world? And so what? I'm going to share some prompts that might be helpful as you try this. Readers, what you just did, noticing parts of this dystopian text that connect to our world, then considering the so what, thinking what the author might be trying to say or what we can learn from these connections, this is really big, important work because dystopian is a genre that is trying to offer insights on the problems in the world. It is crucial to work to understand those insights. Now it's your turn. Go back to the lesson platform for the next activity.